I'm going to enjoy this work. I'm going to collect that bag. I'm going to get as much of the bag as possible. Who says that a soft woman can't work hard? That is how people make it 45 years in corporate, okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste Elise, and I make videos to help you reach your full potential. Today, we are talking about something that is so close to me.
The money and the sky is sunny.
Femininity and the 9-to-5 career. What are we going to do within our careers to create the most amount of time and space for creativity in our life so that we can really truly be within our most feminine state as women? I mean, I wake up in the morning and I look at my laptop. I've got over 100 unread emails. I've got customer calls. I've got manager meetings. I've got presentations. I've got travel that I have to attend to. I'm just a girl. I cannot believe that I have already been working in this corporate space for 10 years. Like, these are all very serious things for me, just as a girl, that I have been handling with grace and even thriving at times. But I truly believe that there's so much that the corporate space can do for you if you can create a system and a mindset and a method to make it work for you, right? To make it fit your desires, your passions, and what you want out of life. I believe in working hard.
Get your fucking ass up and work.
The only difference between working hard and our passion is our mindset. But if we actually put that same amount of like passion, energy, effort into some of the things that we don't want to do, we can get some amazing results. Hard work doesn't always equate to stress. You can work hard at something without allowing it to stress you out. If you are patient while you are working hard at something, if you are patient and you are releasing yourself from being attached to the outcomes, you can work hard without being stressed. The key is balance, though. We have to balance that amount of stress with rest. Anxiety is your enemy, but trust and patience are your allies when it comes to fighting this war with stress. Who says that a soft woman can't work hard? To me, they go hand in hand. Being a soft woman requires you to put all of that great feminine nature and feminine energy towards something to achieve a specific outcome. And when it comes to creativity, the most feminine thing a woman can do is create. And not just create another human life, right? So to me, when people say that women shouldn't work hard, it feels misogynistic at nature, because that means that women can only work hard for a very specific function that keeps them dependent on men. All I'm trying to say is that creating is the most feminine thing that you can do. And whenever you work hard and give yourself more opportunities for choices, more opportunities to increase your income, you're gonna have more opportunities to create. Once you achieve some of those bottom line Maslow's hierarchy needs, if you will, around roof over your head, food and water, you're going to need to do all of those things so that you can have the amount of mental space to be creative and create. Because at the end of the day, you're going to spend at least 45 years working. That's the average amount of time that the typical American works before they retire. So let's hop into it. Now, the first tip is to identify your ideal lifestyle. And you need to ask yourself these questions. How do you feel about budgeting? Do you not mind it? Do you actually enjoy tracking your expenses and making sure that you are reaching a specific goal in terms of outcome, savings, income, all of those things? Are you someone that is just like, I just want to be able to just swipe my card as I feel? I understand that I have, different tastes that will allow me to achieve different things. And I'm okay with that. As long as I can just swipe and not have to worry about it, that's the kind of lifestyle that I want. Are you bougie? And that's okay if you are, and it's okay if you aren't. How much do you really care about having the latest designer trends? How much do you truly care about having the latest fashion trends or going on the most luxurious vacations? Are you okay with spending more energy, effort, time, money on building relationships with people as opposed to, where you're going to lay your head or what the fixtures are in the hotel room? Either way is fine, but find out what you actually truly desire, right? And then you can identify what type of career or what type of position you actually need. Like, what is a minimal viable career, if you will, to help you achieve that specific lifestyle? And that's going to be the goal. Now, second, we need to do some exercise of identifying what our strengths are. And strengths are not necessarily something that we actually enjoy doing, but something that we are good at. Something that we can do really quickly. We can learn this really quickly. We can apply it to different solutions. Maybe you are an awesome communicator. Maybe you're an awesome writer. Maybe you're really good at planning, organizing, paying attention to details. You need to understand what those strengths are, what those things are that you can do kind of mindlessly throughout the day. Write those things down. Now, you need a second list of what you actually enjoy doing. Ideally, your strengths and what you enjoy doing are one in one. That list will match, but ideally, it's not going to work that way. Okay. So write down your strengths, what you're actually good at, and things that you actually enjoy doing. Like for me personally, I'm more of an introvert. I'm really good at planning and organizing, but I hate it. It's just too tedious for me. What I actually like to do is talk to people, communicate, sell, pitch, but I'm not the best at it, right? But if I can figure out a career where I can spend most of my day or the actual physical requirements of that job or writing or whatever, then I can do that. Now, the third tip is we're going to utilize that list of our strengths and what we actually enjoy doing to find that perfect job that's also going to help us get our ideal lifestyle from step number one, right? So, this third step is you're going to look for the job that on paper requires you to do 90% of the things that you're good at, 90% of your strengths, okay? So you're going to look for me planning logistics. I'm probably going to look for a role that says project manager or something on it. Okay. And that's the kind of job that you're going to look for. Don't worry about what your actual interests are. If they have opportunities for you to do so within that job, great. If not, it's okay. Right. And the reason being, right, is because you're going to go into that job and you're going to work, you're going to put your head down, you're going to work really hard for the first 6 to 8 months. You're going to define your own protocols, processes, methods to make sure that you are as efficient as possible on those required skills and activities and responsibilities. Okay. So, in my case, if I'm a project manager, I'm going to figure out how I can automate anything I can in that role. That's timelines, workflows, following up with people, sending emails. I'm going to have templates. I'm going to have automated workflows to make sure that that is as efficient as possible. I'm going to get really, really good at it. I'm going to focus in those 6 to 8 months at perfecting that role in those process. And then as I get better and better at that, I'm going to allow myself to have more free time throughout my day. So maybe I spend an 8-hour workday, right? The first 4 hours of that day, I'm going to spend on those required tasks. But I've automated it in a way I've become so efficient, it only takes me 4 hours. So I have the rest of the 4-hour workday I'm still getting paid for to do whatever I desire. We're going to take this a step further. You're going to network. You're going to find stretch projects or opportunities for you to get involved in things that you are actually passionate about, okay? And you don't actually have to be passionate about like this specific use case or the area where they're doing this, but you can be passionate about learning the new skill that will help you. So maybe if I'm a project manager, but maybe there's a social media brand team, or maybe there's a communications team. It doesn't even have to do with social media, right? Maybe this is I want to improve my writing skills. Maybe I want to learn how to write scripts so that I can be a content creator. Working in communications is going to indirectly help me do that. I'm going to learn what it means to communicate. Like, how do I tell a good story and how do I articulate that? That way I can take that and apply those skills to my own passion. And before you know it, you're doing this job for 2, 3 years. You're going to be so efficient that 90% of your time you're ultimately going to be able to spend on doing things that you actually enjoy or building skills that will help you work towards your passion, and only 10% doing the work that you're actually required to do. That is how people make it 45 years in corporate, okay? And I'm telling you personally, all of the extra projects and things that I do, it's worth it. Some days I work 10 hours, but I know that if I'm working 10 hours, I'm getting paid for it, one, right? So it's allowing me to put food on the table, live the ideal lifestyle that I want, but it also helps me learn so I can do things like YouTube, right? Like there's so many opportunities. And I'm not saying that I'm wasting my company's energy or time or resources. All of the things, the side projects that I'm picking up are also helping their goals too, right? But you have to be able to think creatively and you have to be able to have that desire. And that goes into the next tip. So, 4, never go at it alone, build the right kinds of relationships at work. You have to find allies within your job, within your role. They don't have to be specifically on your team, but it would be great if they understood what the work culture was so that you could have good, deep conversations with them. You could trust them. they'll be able to relate to the content and what you're trying to share. Now, I know we all have our work bestie that will ping all day long on Teams or Zoom or what is it, Sling? I don't know, whatever chat system that you have at work, right? And you're talking about Martha or Karen, how annoying she is, or how you can't believe that they're implementing this new process, or why you have to go to the office. And you guys just complain back and forth. And that is fun. Like y'all are having a little kiki, whatever. I mean, you have to protect your energy, okay? Because if you start to resent and hate your job, the majority of your life is spent working. Like, I hate to say it and I hate for it to be that way, but that's the way that the world is. And so, if you're spending all of your time building friends and connections and relationships at work where you just bad talk your job and the things that you have to do, you're going to hate your life. Okay. If you hate your job, you're going to hate your life. Like those two things go hand in hand. You have to protect your energy. So you have to find someone that you can talk to, someone that has the same kind of mindset as you, so that you can find those stretch projects, someone that will help keep you motivated to come to work. Maybe it's just somebody that you actually just like. You're like, I'm going to go into the office and I'm going to sit next to them and we're going to have good conversation. I just like their energy. It is what it is. And that one person will make it worth me going to work every single day. That way, I can put the food on the table. I can make sure I'm living my ideal lifestyle. I'm not hating my life, but I'm also balancing it in a way that I am just enjoying my time at work while working towards my own passions. Now, lastly, I mentioned we're going to spend 45 years doing this corporate work. The typical American spends about that amount of time in their lifetime at work or in this corporate space. You got to put it into perspective. It's all right to enjoy the work that you're doing. It's okay to be a corporate queen, no matter what social media tries to tell you. It's okay to be good at it. It's okay to find ways to enjoy it. It's all about finding that sweet spot. You spend over 90,000 hours working. I mean, you have two choices. There's two things that you can do with that information. You can sit there, you can resent it, you can hate it, and you can hate your life, or you can allow your mindset to shift and enjoy and make the most out of your situation. I choose the latter. Like, I'm going to enjoy this work. I'm going to collect that bag. I'm going to get as much of the bag as possible. And I'm going to fuel my own passion. And God willing, I'll be able to reach retirement early and be able to live exactly how I want. If not, I'm living how I want now within the constraints in the system that I exist, right? That's acceptance, right? Like, I feel like that's acceptance. That is detachment. That is, full bliss of just being able to release control and allow yourself to live within the system that exists. Now, am I still fighting back? Absolutely. Am I still investing? Absolutely. Am I still doing YouTube and trying to find other outlets of creativity at the same time? Absolutely. But I'm detached from the results. If it hits off, if it's great, awesome. If I'm spending 45 years working just like the other average Americans, there's nothing wrong with that. And I will still have a fulfilled life at the end of the day. So, those are my 5 tips on how to balance this feminine nature and work a successful, thriving career. So if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to chat further. If you like these kinds of videos, I'm still kind of trying to find my bearings and what kind of niche I'm going to sit in within YouTube. So right now I'm just having fun. But if you have any other ideas, thoughts, or comments, I'm always happy to hear. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.